We live, people. Let's come on in.
You know, one more thing in the crowd to watch for. I read that Senator Bernie Moreno out of Ohio will be handing out U.S. flags to Republican senators.
What's up, people? What's going on? Let's try to set this up. I just thought about doing this.
We'll see a number of American flags waving in the crowd. We'll see these applause breaks during the speech itself.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Is it? Wow.
House Freedom Caucus, remember, we were hearing from the chairman there, says that if there are any disruptions or interruptions or outbursts, that they will work to censure any of those Democrats there. And we have the First Lady, it looks like.
Yes.
Share this live, people.
I'll read a little bit more of what we heard from Axios. Democrats were floating bringing crops to Trump.
This is going to be a quick one.
Egg cartons.
I don't know what's going on.
Current costs of eggs, as well as pocket constitutions, as the First Lady enters the chamber to an applause.
What's going on, everybody? Make sure we're connecting. Please check your internet. There ain't nothing wrong with my internet. Y'all playing games. Can you guys? Let me see.
Mr. Speaker, the President's Cabinet.
What's up, people? I want to just watch this and see the reaction of the what you call that, the House demonic Democrats. You can see by that the white lady, the black lady right there. Woo! Democrat plantation members. Let's have a conversation, guys. Show me some love, guys. If you out there, comment on it. Gonna be some patient because you know how, taking your time with the speech and everything. They're gonna take their time. I just want to show you guys the drama of this whole thing, and then we can speak on it and what have you. And if you want to join me, just let me know. I'm gonna actually put the link up just in case. Put that link up.
All right, so the members of the president's cabinet, the majority of them that have already been Senate confirmed, of course, coming into the chamber, and you saw many of them there. Austin Westfall still with me here in the Live Now newsroom. Austin, not many of the Supreme Court justices, to your point.
We did see a number of them enter the chamber. We are hearing from the Hill that 4 Supreme Court justices are not in attendance. That includes Justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. They have not attended these speeches in more than a decade. Also passing are Justices Sonia Sotomayor and Neil Gorsuch. So beyond the 4 sitting justices in attendance today, retired Justice Anthony Kennedy is also in the chamber, according to the Hill. So it should be any moment now, Andrew. We've just watched the president's cabinet enter the room. We see the VP and the Speaker of the House sitting there, and we will watch them over Trump's shoulder as he gives this address. There's Tulsi Gabbard and Chip Roy.
If you guys want to have a conversation, the link is up in the
Jr.
comments in the live feed.
And we're going to continue watching as this group mingles together until we eventually hear the president announced. And then he will flood
right
through
here,
the chamber.
guys.
He'll
Let me
shake
know
a
if
lot
you
of
want
hands,
to come up.
and the speech will get underway.
Have a conversation.
This is going to be the last time you see Austin and myself on camera. We just want to let these scenes breathe there on the House floor. We'll have a lot of reaction, a lot of analysis after the speech itself. We've been reading to you some of the excerpts of what President Trump is going to say there. Back out live on the House floor, we brought you also the news that VA Secretary Doug Collins will be the designated survivor tonight. We've been talking about the issues in this last hour of what the president might touch on and highlight. And remember, just 43 days in office there in his second term, his non-consecutive term. And Austin, you and I were discussing the inauguration and the run-up to that. That's really the last time we've heard from President Trump, at least in this building right here that was in the Capitol Rotunda, because it was just too cold, remember, to have the inauguration outside. Right. It was somewhat packed in there, hundreds of people in the Rotunda, and now you're watching these scenes on the House floor, and many of the cabinet secretaries, they are in the building too.
We don't know how long this speech is going to last. And I should mention, too, that don't go anywhere after the speech is over, because we're not only hearing from President Trump tonight. After a speech to a joint session of Congress like this, the opposing party gives their rebuttal to what the president says. So in this case, Democratic Senator Elissa Slotkin out of Michigan. She's been selected as the up-and-comer who will be giving the televised rebuttal. Again, we don't know exactly when that's going to happen. We just go with the flow. As soon as Trump ends his speech, we will be watching for Slotkin. That will be televised. Usually, they give this type of duty to a young up-and-comer within the party. We have heard that top Democrats, including Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, have said that Slotkin's reputation and skills have been commendable. Schumer also called her a rising star in the party. Jeffries says that She will, quote, deliver a comprehensive and clear-eyed response to the issues, including cost of living, Social Security, and Medicaid. She, as you see on your screen there, was a U.S. representative in Michigan for 6 years. She just won out and won her Senate seat from, she beat out Mike Rogers in this past election cycle. She's a former CIA analyst and Defense Department official. She was born in New York, New York, and raised in Holly, Michigan. She was called to service, by the way, from the terrorist attacks on September 11th.
Get ready for them to talk about
on Slotkin's second day of graduate school in New York City. It drove her career toward national security, and now she will be delivering the Democratic rebuttal, Andrew, to tonight's speech.
Yeah, that's right. Just getting to the Senate. She's only been there a couple of months. Remember the outgoing retiring Senator Debbie Stabenow. That was her seat. Slotkin beat Rogers for it. Remember, there's going to be an open Senate seat in Michigan in 2026 as well, Austin. And we'll see if Rogers takes another crack at it there with outgoing Senator Gary Peters. In the meantime here, you're still watching the House floor. We are waiting for President Trump's arrival into the chamber. Everyone seems to be set in place now. You're about to listen to the Sergeant at Arms there, and here we go.
We got Trump coming in.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
Real manhood coming in. I gotta start putting on, like, blazers. I got enough blazers. I got enough blazers to, not enough to, wear a blazer like every single day of the week, but I got enough. Gotta start wearing blazers instead of hoodies. Gotta be a little bit more professional. Me and my family moving soon, so I'm gonna have a whole new surroundings in less than a month, guys. Whole new surroundings. Ain't gonna have no more man cave until I find me a house. But we're gonna be in a nice little spot in the house when I do my podcast. I'm gonna make sure of that. Look at all of them demonic house Democrats. Just sitting down. The warmongers, even on the Republican side, a bunch of warmongers. But most of these people are America last. They got their millions. I'm watching live feeds from 3 different parts. On my monitor, on my laptop, on my TV, on my phone as well. Again, if you guys, I got the link right in the live feed. If you want to have a little conversation, you don't have to show your face or anything like that. We can have a conversation about this. It don't matter if you don't like, if you're Trump deranged or what have you. It don't matter. Nothing. Yeah, let me see if I can get Officer Tatum on here. Where you at, Officer Tatum? Everybody's showing this live feed. I'm glad you guys with little old me. I'm glad you guys with me. Real talk. Here we go. Here we go. What's going on, guys? I'm definitely happy that you guys are with me. This is just showing. I actually want to see the little drama that we're gonna have with the House Democrats. Look at them. I call them the House Democrats. If y'all want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation and everything. Because again, I'm kind of getting tired of having conversations like throwing comments and what's the name. I'd rather have live stuff. I'd rather have a conversation like this. You don't have to show your face or anything. I have the what do you call the link right in the live feed right now. And if you want to get on, you don't have to put your face on screen and nothing like that. But you have to show me your face so I know you're a real person. And then you can turn it off if you want to come on.
Thank you very much.
I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear too.
Speaker Johnson.
My man said, America is back, baby.
The First Lady of the United States.
Yo, this stream guys. So look at them old vote blue no matter who Democrats.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started. I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before. The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. There's never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades.
Oh, they started getting ignorant.
We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes. We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Yo, these House Democrats are something else. Look at that old ass man. Get all that damn. Well, he put a whole lot of dye in his hair. Goddamn bourgeoisies. Those are the worst. These bourgeoisie black folks are the real enemy of the black community. Real talk, boy. I grew up around a lot of them.
And one counties in
I
the
know.
country, 2,700 to 525. On a map that reads almost completely red for Republican.
Hell yeah.
Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Got all that damn dye in his hair. Little bourgeoisie ass Negro. Ain't never did enough for the black community. Never.
Likewise, small business
these House Democrats, you know, look what I did. What you do?
Ever recorded.
Ain't never did nothing for the community in general. Look, the disrespect, the drama.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions.
The disrespect. All that dye in his head. You don't care nothing about nobody but yourself. Getting all the millions upon millions of dollars.
Breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the
low
sergeant at arms
IQ
to restore
black
order
folk
to the joint session.
For all these damn decades, ain't do nothing for the America, let alone the black community. Ain't did nothing for America. None of these people that can talk smart. Out of here. All these degrees, and you still an idiot. Still no logic.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
Go ahead, Jerry Curl, trying to look like a white man. It's always them. It's either the black women with the hair hats or the black man with the Jerry Curl. Straighten hair. All these bourgeoisies.
Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Remove that old demon. Get your ass out of here. Disrespectful demon. And you doing this fake outrage. You doing it so you can get more constituents. That's what they do it for. He's an actor. You're an actor. It's like you act on black folks for decades. Ain't did nothing for black people.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President,
these are the same people that vote to unalive black
over the past 6 weeks.
Black people.
I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions
the communities, no matter if it's black, white, or Asian.
Safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land.
They American lads
elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
All these undocumented immigrants in the poor communities. Goddamn demon. He did that for all shows so they could interview him. So he get more money for all his handlers.
That the first
it's like they've been doing for decades.
Presidency. It's our presidency.
They vote black. They vote
is the most successful
neoliberal
in the history
feminists
of our nation.
Don't want to have nothing to do with the nuclear family type of black women over the black community. These soy boys.
And what makes it even more impressive is that. Do you know who number 2 is?
They got signed somebody that's alive.
George Washington. How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours
they got signed up saying that's a lie and stuff. So disrespectful. Yo, this is not the Democrats of 20 years ago. Being as though the Democrats of 20 years ago was demonic in their own way as well. Because they was
And what a job they've done.
Chaos and disorder.
As a result,
but in the last 10
illegal
to
border
15 years,
crossings last
these
month
Democrats
were by
are so
far
disrespectful.
the
It's
lowest
unbelievable.
ever recorded, ever.
In every way. They promote chaos and disorder. Yeah, ain't nothing Donald Trump to say
not to come. Much
to make
easier
these
that way.
Trump
In comparison, under Joe
deranged
Biden,
individuals,
the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my fifth such speech to Congress. And once again, I look
these
at the
people are so
Democrats in front of
disrespectful,
me,
boy.
and I realize there is
This
absolutely
this
nothing
gotta
I
be a
can
game.
say
All this
to
stuff
make
gotta
them
be a
happy
game.
or to make them stand
You gotta
or
throw
smile
motherfuckers out
or
like that
applaud. Nothing I
immediately.
can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what.
It's talking about much still. They got signs up that say much still. But they've been sending billions upon billions of dollars for Americans, for American people. Are you kidding me? These are the people that a lot of low IQ voters vote for. Even these educated ones, these PhDs, these master's degrees, these people that think they know everything, they vote for these people to make American citizens
So Democrats
glad.
sitting before me,
They do this.
for just this one night, why not join
These
us
people.
in celebrating so many incredible wins for America?
They America
For the
last.
good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
Another demon. It's not just the House Democrats. It's the neocons as well.
Every day, my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid. I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all
the American people has spoken.
That were making our
we know the bullshit
and
that
totally
this neoliberal journalism, mainstream media has been doing for the last 10 years. Finally,
electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers.
I don't
and
think
companies
a Democrat is
from
never going to win
destruction
like this anymore. We got the people on our side now. I don't believe it. We have the people on our side now.
To unshackle our economy.
The Democrats is not what the Democrats were 10, 15 years ago. These niggas are far left.
Old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term. And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office they will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job. And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good. And I have stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back. And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America. I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. And likewise, I renamed, for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again. Beautiful Alaska.
There's so many. It is so many.
We've ended the tyranny
Democrats
of
that has been elected
diversity,
in the
equity,
House
and inclusion
or
policies
like
all across
local and
the
statewide
entire federal
that hate
government
America.
and indeed the private sector
Like
and
literally,
our military.
these are far left Democrats, like this lady.
And our country
They hate
will
America.
be woke no longer.
People, they hate America.
We believe that whether you are a doctor, an
black
accountant, a
folks-
lawyer, or an air traffic
Guys,
controller,
like, if you think you can
you
do
should
better
be
somewhere
hired and
else,
promoted based
go.
on skill and competence, not race or gender.
The ones that
Very important.
you know, I'm talking about in general. Shouldn't just be saying black folks. It's Americans that think y'all can do better somewhere else. Go.
You should be
People,
hired
especially people of
based
color, if you
on
think you could
merit.
do something
And the
better,
Supreme Court,
no.
in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports. Three years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding. And if you really want to see numbers, Just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
I appreciate everybody watching too. Keep watching, man. If you want to have a conversation with me, let me know. Like and share and everything. Even if you completely disagree with me, I don't care if you Trump the range.
Has become a common theme, and we will.
You don't have to show your face, whatever. But in order to get on, you got to show your face, and you can put it that to an avatar, what have you.
Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
Sure did. All these damn House Democrats are nothing but actors. Are nothing but actors.
Out of control. And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration.
Absolutely.
Do a good job.
Resistance. Fuck out of here.
A major focus of our
you demons, they got t-shirts saying resistance. All you are is chaos and disorder. All you damn far leftists are nothing but chaos and disorder. Y'all don't stand for nothing.
And close more than
but anybody else
power
but
plants.
America.
We are opening up many
That's
of
what
those
you stand for.
Power plants.
You don't stand for women's rights. You don't stand for men's rights. You don't stand for children's rights.
And frankly, we have never.
No, I swear to God, the way I am right now, if somebody want to come up and
that's why on my first day in office, I declared
I would not be disrespectful at all. I'm not that type of guy or what have you, but you better be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
As you've heard me say many times,
all you motherfuckers that be talking about people runaway slaves. Nigga, at least I'm running. You want to stay on the damn
the most talented team ever
Democrat plantation
to go and get it.
You want to stay on it.
Drill, baby, drill.
People don't give a shit about nobody but yourself. But a bunch of agents of chaos hate the truth. You hate real men that stand on principle. You hate real women that stands on
among
principle.
The largest in the world,
you
where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
Look at this. You want to challenge me on my views? Come on ahead. The link is right in the bio. The link is right in the chat.
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy,
especially you people with 8 degrees and think your shit don't stink.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
America first, baby.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this.
Not at all.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it.
Billions upon billions. Yeah, that's how you get them, baby.
They just don't want to admit that.
Yep, they don't. They would never admit it. They truck the range.
Waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender.
Yo, you dealing with a lot of demonic people in the house.
Propaganda.
A lot of demonic people.
Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City.
Fucking, that's a demonic demon right there, guys. Bourgeoisie that you just saw
to increase vegan
that don't never want to leave the plantation.
In Zambia.
They're talking about runaway slaves.
$42 million for social and behavior change.
Yes, I'm running. And I've been doing it for over 10 years.
Improving
you're mad.
Procurement in Serbia.
You're mad. You want me to talk about Hennessy and killing another black man. You want me to talk about worshiping a hood booger all my life.
Very well with learning. You know what we're doing. Should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid. Nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse.
And we'll be honest with you, whoever watching this, and y'all you could take this to the bank right here.
Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people.
I'm just going to say it like
by
that.
Elon, and we appreciate
most men that don't like Trump,
hundreds of billions of dollars
and more than likely make bad decisions most of their life. That's just my opinion. But when I look at the people that hate them, they are being led by women. That's the big thing. They're being led by women.
Inflation and other
agent of chaotic women.
Taking back a lot of that money. We got it.
Nazi women.
This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid, and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby. Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229.
Yo, these House Democrats are extremely disrespectful, son. I'll be cursing them motherfuckers out and tell them to get the fuck out. You haven't done nothing for America at all.
More than 100
You're
years.
You're nothing but agent of chaos.
Older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going. And it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families.
Why they so mad? Like, the pockets of American families. I literally believe a lot of these House Democrats hate America, man. Swear to God. A lot of these statewide Democrats as well. A lot of these neocons, Republicans does in 24 years. They hate America.
The federal budget. We're going to balance that. With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country.
People are liking this share,
sharing people. They came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country, we will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money and millions of pages of regulations, and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again. And any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over. And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that.
Yep. They're gonna vote for it.
But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
They're gonna vote for it. Fucking demons.
Thank you. It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors. And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America. And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world. And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country.
He looking at the House Democrats.
As part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country. First term. We had a great first term. If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea, but that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day was cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them.
And you see all these American-last Democrats, how they reacting. These American-led Democrats do not like Americans. You can tell by their policies.
To keep them out of
their
our
policies,
market.
you can tell.
Too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I know you people need somebody that got 7 degrees to tell you something. I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth. And we will not let that happen any longer. Much has been said over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada, but we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer. Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on earth right here in the USA. And we're not giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs, so they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people. And they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act, and whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt or any other reason you want to. Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer. Who will now be selling into our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able to compete with you. Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies. They're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers starting on April 2nd. It may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases. I said, just bear with me. And they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers,
these neocons and
neoliberals,
neoliberals,
I love
they don't
you
give a
too.
shit about this
I love
country.
you too. It's all going to happen. And I have also imposed a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard. Has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jeff.
That's another thing the far left Democrats hate.
Jeff,
It's a nuclear
the
family.
Tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs.
Tell me if I'm lying.
They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again. And it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us, very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She works so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States. Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by 2 impressive young
my
women.
new piece
Very
right here.
impressive.
I got the thing. I need to
Haley
charge
Ferguson, who benefited from
nice,
the
huh?
First Lady's Fostering the Future
Real
initiative,
nice.
and is poised to complete her
Goes
education,
up
become
high.
a
I'm
teacher.
using this a whole lot,
In
guys.
Elliston
Just got
Berry,
it. Finally, I got
became
one
a
like this. I've been
victim
trying to get
of
one
an
like this
illicit
for 5, 6
deepfake
years.
image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act, and this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John. Thank you, John. Thank you all very much. Thank you. And thank you to John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody. That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you.
Real.
But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies, they are now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast. And I want to thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Laken Riley, the best in her class, admired.
That's all left. I want to hear about her.
Went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Laken was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Laken was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration.
I'm telling you, the Democrats, far-left Democrats,
arrested
the Democrats in general, the fake progressives, they took over.
The life of this beautiful young
They don't give a shit about the American people, man.
With us this evening are Laken's beloved mother, Allison.
Look at all their policies.
Lauren.
Stop being emotional. Let's look at it.
Last year, I told Laken's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act. It's called the Laken-Riley Act. So Allison and Lauren, America will never, ever forget our beautiful Laken Hope Riley. Thank you very much. Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you.
Oh, it's good. This is what you got to do, guys. My bad.
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
My beautiful auntie right here.
Thank you. Joe Biden didn't just open our borders; he flew illegal aliens.
I ain't got nothing but beautiful women in my family.
Our schools,
beautiful men in my family.
And communities throughout the country. Entire towns like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns destroyed. Now, just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America. But there still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungari from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela, released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter. And earlier tonight, I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America.
You're welcome, Auntie.
Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge.
I really
in
like
loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order?
So sad.
Thank you very much. All 3 savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations. They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration. But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy.
Yes, sir.
In January, Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande near an area known as Cartel Island. Doesn't sound too nice to me. When heavily armed gunmen started shooting at them, Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire and providing crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much. Thank you, Roberto. And I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great gentleman. The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security. The cartels are waging war in America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing. Five nights ago, Mexican authorities, because of our tariff policies being imposed on them, think of this, handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever. But we need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder, President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it so fast, you won't even believe it. And as we reclaim our sovereignty, we must also bring back law and order to our cities and towns. In recent years, our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions virtually ceased enforcing the law.
That's exactly what they are.
Repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me. My administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law, starting at the FBI and the DOJ. Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam Bondi. Good luck. So important. Going to do a great job. Cash, thank you. Thank you, Cash. They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job. You're going to be very proud of them. We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and we'll never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have no choice.
Yep.
1 year ago this month, 31-year-old New York police officer Jonathan Diller, unbelievably wonderful person and a great officer, was gunned down at a traffic stop on Long Island. I went to his funeral. The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough arrests, too. He was a real bad one. The thug in the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them. I attended Officer Diller's service, and when I met his wife and one-year-old son, Ryan, it was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much. Stephanie, we're going to make sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero, New York's finest. And we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, and we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats. We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law. I'm also asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man.
What are these assholes talking about?
Our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Oh.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Damn, them hoes ain't even clapping. The Democrats.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Oh, God. Yes, yes, yes. This is Trump. He's a racist. He's a racist. Not none of them goddamn Democrats, but he's a racist. Good job. Good job, baby.
Thank you, DJ. DJ's doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget.
They demonic. That's because they are demonic. The fucking Democrat Party are fucking demonic, and if you still vote for them and their policies, I gotta look at you with a side eye.
As an example, not long ago,
fucking demonic.
You can't even believe these numbers. 1 in 10,000 children had autism.
And
1 in 10,000.
1 in 10,000.
And now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong. 1 in 36. Think of that.
But the demonic Democrats and the neocons don't want us to do nothing about
people that are working with you. You have the best to figure out what is going on. Okay, Bobby? Good luck.
It's fucking
it's a very important job. Thank you.
It's real shit that's going on.
My administration is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies.
They want to protect motherfuckers in Venezuela somewhere, or somewhere in the middle of Africa, or somewhere in the middle of fucking
and her husband discovered that
East
their
Europe.
daughter's school had secretly, socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns. They, them pronoun, actually, all without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against
man.
This
if
form
you vote
of
for
child
the Democrat
abuse.
Party,
January,
do your thing. But I want to know what specific policies are you voting for? I just want to know. Get out your emotions and just tell me. And how is it helping the American people? We're not talking about the Democrats from 10, 15, 20 years ago. We're talking about the Democrats from
shortly after taking
now,
office, I
the last
signed
5
an
to
executive
10
order
years.
banning public schools from
These people don't care.
indoctrinating our children with trans.
They warmongers now, the Democrats.
I also signed an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the
Barack
sexual
Obama,
mutilation
he's one of the biggest warmongers.
And now I want Congress to pass a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie.
You see him looking directly at the Democrats, guys.
And our message,
the Democrats, I'm
to
sorry.
Every child in America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
Yes, you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
Because we're getting wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better? Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations. Secretary of Defense, congratulations. And he's not big into the woke movement, I can tell you. I know him well. I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in 15 years, and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services. What a difference. And you know, it was just a few months ago where the results were exactly the opposite. We couldn't recruit anywhere. We couldn't recruit. Now we're having the best results just about that we've ever had. What a tremendous turnaround. It's really a beautiful thing to see. People love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing. And thank you very much. Great job. Thank you. We're joined tonight by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school, a 6-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say, a brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. And Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into. But I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
The Democrats don't even want to clap. It's a shame. These demons, if you don't,
Jason, you're going to be on the long gray
that's
line,
why they.
Jason. As Commander
If you
in Chief,
don't
my focus is on
agree
building
with
the
them
most powerful military
100%,
of the
boy.
future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland, all made in the USA. And Ronald Reagan wanted to do it long ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places they have it. Israel has it. Other places have it. And the United States should have it too, right? Tim, right? They should have it too. So I want to thank you. But it's a very, very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and military shipbuilding. And for that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it.
Yes, sir.
Just today, a large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal. They died of malaria. They died of snake bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work. They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die. The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1. But that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back. And we have Marco Rubio in charge. Good luck, Marco. Now, we know who to blame if anything goes wrong. Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job. Think of it. He got 100 votes. You know, he was approved with actually 99, but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes. And I'm either very, very happy about that or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco. He's going to do a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you. He's doing a great job. Great job. And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security. And we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it. We will keep you safe. We will make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land and very, very important for military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. Tonight, I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity. And he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice. And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well, most of them, whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured on that fateful day in Afghanistan. What a horrible day. Such incompetence was shown that when Putin saw what happened, I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was. Should have never happened. Grossly incompetent people. I spoke to many of the parents and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone. We had a big call. Every one of them called, and everybody was on the line, and they did nothing but cry with happiness. They were very happy, as happy as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords. And now we're going to build on that foundation to create a more peaceful and prosperous future for the entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People have been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense with no security, with no anything. Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes. 2,000 people have been killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans, but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is. And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe has spent by billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us. That didn't happen. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter. Just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Yeah. This is a fucking clown wearing a damn Ukraine tie. You people are clowns. You people are such clowns. Wearing a Ukraine tie.
It's time to stop this madness.
You guys are so far.
It's time to end this senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malfine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight.
Yeah, they're wearing these damn these Ukraine ties and flags. It's like, won't y'all just go fight for the war, man? Wearing these little UK, and then Ukraine is like, and this is a fact. It's a Nazi country. It's a literal Nazi, neo-Nazi country, literally. And these fake pro-blacks that are just Democrat plantation members trying to fool people like they really care about the Democrats.
As fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally. That was not pleasant.
Crazy.
And that is where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage. And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot. Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband, a devoted father, and above all, a protector. When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. We're joined. Thank you. To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on his 3 beautiful ladies right now. and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was love like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you very much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon, Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people. Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities. These warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we're going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond. And through it all, we are going to rediscover the unstoppable power of the American spirit. And we are going to renew unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day, we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in and for the country our people deserve. My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Yes, 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 yes. America is back, y'all. Yes, indeed. All these demonic. Oh my God.
Thank you very much. Great job. Thank you. We're done. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Andrew Kraft here now in the anchor chair with some of the recap of what we just heard for a little over an hour and 40 minutes. President Trump touching on so many key focal points that you have heard him discuss throughout the last 43 days, including tariffs, including the illegal immigration crisis, including crime, including the wars between Israel and Hamas and Russia and Ukraine, and so many of these issues that we have heard from President Trump and candidate Trump as well. You see him there greeting members of the Supreme Court, members of his cabinet, senators as well, as he makes his way out of the House chamber there. We're going to keep this shot up because we have joining us now my colleague, Austin Westfall, here in the Live Now newsroom, and our friend there at 24 Site News.
I'm going to let this ride for like a couple of seconds, and I want to say something.
Get through the 2024 campaign season.
So he leave
I'm just going to bring down the audio there on the House floor. I'm going to ask Tom this first. You know, Tom, a lot of these speeches, sometimes they're about, or most times they're about the theatrics and the showbiz quality and the partisan antics, so to speak, because you can make the argument that this was somewhat of a cookie cutter Trump speech. We've heard him say a lot of these things before, but some of the antics being proffered there by some of these Democrats, I'm talking about Al Green, the Democrat of Texas.
So let's get into a situation. Yo, the Democrats is they want to oppose everything this man going to do. No matter what the people that voted for, over 50% that voted for Donald Trump wants. These American-last Democrats are going to keep on voting for these people. I mean, going to keep on opposing everything. It's okay because the Republicans run the whole damn thing. So it's cool, but you have to understand that it's horrible. They disrupted speech. They did everything they wanted to do, everything they possibly can to disrespect the man. These people are demonic. The Democrat House party is demonic, and I want to say this before I have to go again. A lot of you people, especially a lot of the people a lot of black folks, my people that are Democrat plantation members. I'm gonna say it. You guys, you guys doing everything that opposes this man because you have Trump derangement syndrome and you need to get help. And if you're a man, I think you need to get more than help because your logic do not sustain anything but illogical thoughts and a mind and an ignorant mindset. You have to say to yourself, do you really want change, or do you really want to run to the mainstream media to make you feel the way you want to, for them to make you feel, to make you want to feel? And that's like a victim. You want to be a victim. You like all this man doing is for the American people. This so had nothing to do with nothing else but for the American people. Point blank.
Who was escorted out of the before him. Hadn't seen that before.
This is crazy. Like that old black man, that old bourgeoisie black man that got escorted out of the House floor. He did it for shits and giggles. He is not serious. Just like a lot of these people. They got handlers that's paying them millions upon millions of dollars. And whoever's voting these people in, these constituents, the people that vote these senators in, they're not, it's like they are doing nothing to better their literal, their area. Whatever these senators are from, where they got their seat from, they doing nothing. All they're doing is making sure they oppose everything. That's what they're making sure they do. Oppose everything. This is crazy. And if you guys don't see that, I don't know what to tell you. You got to stop living in these emotions, especially if you're 25 and up and you still living in emotions. You got a problem. You have a real problem to me. And again, I must say, especially if you're a man,
this also comes within the context of there's a government shutdown potential. These are all the folks that are going to have to vote on that before March 14th. About 9 days from now, 10 days from now. So the tensions are running incredibly high.
Yeah, and we see the president there about to exit the House chamber right now. We're going to keep these shots up. Remember, we're getting a Democratic rebuttal very, very soon here from Michigan Democratic Senator.
Yeah, it's about to be another Democrat rebuttal. Meaning it's going to be another America last rebuttal.
To introduce everyone who is here, because we know a lot of you have been watching. Myself, Andrew Kraft, Tom Lobianco there with 24 Sight News, and Austin Westwell, my colleague here in the Live Now newsroom. Austin, questions for Tom?
This is some ignorant stuff, the way they act, but I'm glad Donald Trump said what he had to say. I'm glad Donald Trump, again, this is why I voted for him, for America First legislation, America First policies. That's why I voted for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not voting for a person because of how they make me feel. I'm a grown effing man. I've been like this shit since my early 20s. I don't care the way you make me feel. I care what you do. This is how it's supposed to be. You people are delusional. You people have problems. You think you're smarter than everybody. You got 18 degrees for nothing. Or you like a person because he or she has 18 degrees and you're going to agree with them because you think they're smart. So now mentally you believe you're smart because you think the people with the actual degrees you're following, so that make you feel subconsciously smart. Being as though both of you are dumb as hell, if you ask me. Because again, these people that's American lads, you're pro-Ukraine, Nazi country, you're pro all this chaos and disorder, you're pro unaliving babies, you're pro men playing playing sports and being in the bathrooms with women, your daughters and everything. You're pro everything that's ungodly. Point blank. And all these House Democrats opposing everything that Trump going to do. And they're opposing things that's going to help you idiots that vote blue no matter who. It's going to help you. It's not going to, it's going to help you. These people that you voting for because they got a nice weave that you want to have one day, or they make you damn, they tickle your chin and things of that nature. You guys are ridiculous, man. You guys are ridiculous. They don't care what Trump says. Everything's bad, everything's bad, everything's bad. These people like dictators more than they like Trump. These people are Trump deranged. A lot of these people that be online talking bull crap, these people need serious help. Serious help. And I want to keep on talking about my people, because these are the same people that truly believe they're somehow pro-black because they vote blue no matter who, or they think somebody is more racist than the other. You're not pro-black. Stop playing yourself. You promote everything that's bad for the black community. Everything. Everything you promote. You promote chaos. You promote not, having a nuclear family. You promote bad decisions. You promote unaliving black children. You promote the LGBTQ within our communities, no matter what. You promote accepting everything and anything. You promote everything that's bad. Alcoholism. You promote all this stuff that's bad. You promote a woman having 8 baby daddies. You promote a man having 9 baby mamas. You promote everything that's bad. You vote blue no matter who, black people. And then you think the ones that's supposedly educated, you still promote the bad shit on your people that's not so educated. This is why nobody, especially black men, this is why now black men don't respect you, because we know that a lot of you guys that vote blue, no matter who, vote because your woman told you to vote, or you have the mind of a female, of an agent of chaotic female, or ungodly female, because you believe you need to vote for who's the less racist. You people got problems. Those Democrats in the House floor and a lot of statewide Democrats, they don't care about America. They don't care about our children, our women. They don't care about, especially our men. No matter if you're black, white, Asian, Persuasion, Middle Eastern, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. These people are demonic. Listen to this demon right here. Let me get it.
9/11, when the Twin Towers came down. Before the smoke cleared, I knew I wanted to make a life in national security. I was recruited by the CIA and did 3 tours in Iraq alongside the military. In between, I worked at the White House under President Bush and President Obama, 2 very different leaders who both believed that America is exceptional.
Both of them was warmongers.
You can find that same sense of patriotism here in Wyandotte, Michigan, where I'm speaking from tonight. It's a working class town just south of Detroit. President Trump and I both won here in November. It might not seem like it, but plenty of places like this still exist across the United States. Places where people believe that if you work hard and play by the rules, you should do well and your kids should do better. It reminds me of how I grew up. My dad was a lifelong Republican, my mom a lifelong Democrat, but it was never a big deal because we had shared values that were bigger than any one party. We just went through another fraught election season. Americans made it clear that prices are too high and that the government needs to be more responsive to their needs. America wants change, but there's a responsible way to make change and a reckless way. And we can make that change without forgetting who we are as a country and as a democracy. So that's what I'm going to lay out tonight. Because whether you're from Wyandotte or Wichita, most Americans share 3 core beliefs: that the middle class is the engine of our country, that strong national security protects us from harm, and that our democracy, no matter how messy, is unparalleled and worth fighting for. Let's start with the economy. Michigan literally invented the middle class. The revolutionary idea
you're destroying the middle class.
Work at an auto plant and afford the car you are building. That's the American dream. And in order to expand and protect the middle class, we have to do a few basic things. We need to bring down the price of things we spend the most money on: groceries, housing, healthcare. We need to make more things in America with good-paying union jobs and bring our supply chains back home from places like China. We need to give American businesses the certainty they need to invest and create the jobs of the future. And we need a tax system that's fair for people who don't happen to make $1 billion. Look, the president talked a big game on the economy, but it's always important to read the fine print. So, do his plans actually help Americans get ahead? Not even close.
Wow.
President Trump is trying to deliver an unprecedented giveaway to his billionaire friends. He's on the hunt to find trillions of dollars to pass along to the wealthiest in America. And to do that, he's going to make you pay in every part of your life. Grocery and home prices are going up, not down. And he hasn't laid out a credible plan to deal with either of those.
Wow.
His tariffs on allies like Canada will raise prices on energy, lumber, and cars.
So she wants us to keep on paying to hurt the American tax.
The premiums and
the American
prescriptions
people
will cost more because the math on his proposals doesn't work without going after your health care. Meanwhile, for those keeping score, the national debt is going up, not down. And if he's not careful, he could walk us right
We
into
have
a
been in recession for 4 years now.
And one more thing. In order to pay for his plan, he could very well come after your retirement. The Social Security, Medicare, and VA benefits you worked your whole life to earn. The president claims he won't, but Elon Musk just called Social Security the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time. While we're on the subject of Elon Musk, is there anyone in America who is comfortable with him and his gang of 20-year-olds using their own computer servers to poke through your tax returns, your health information?
You guys already poked through all of our stuff since we've been born.
Cyber attack.
What do you think Social Security is all about?
On what they do with your private data. We need a more efficient government. You want to cut waste? I'll help you do it. But change doesn't need to be chaotic.
You're not going to help us do nothing.
The mindless firing of
people
chaos who work to protect our nuclear weapons, keep our planes from crashing, and conduct the research that finds the cure for cancer, only to rehire them 2 days later. No CEO in America could do that without being summarily fired. Okay, so we've talked about economic security. How about national security? Let's start with the border. As someone who spent my whole career protecting our homeland, every country deserves to know who and what is coming across its border, period. Democrats and Republicans should all be for that. But securing the border without actually fixing our broken immigration system is dealing with the symptom and not the disease. America is a nation of immigrants. We need a functional system keyed to the needs of our economy.
We're not a nation of illegal immigrants.
Vetted people to come and work here legally. So I look forward to the president's
plan. Y'all didn't do it. You guys didn't do that.
The thing. Today's world is deeply
interconnected.
You
got millions upon millions of illegal immigrants.
Threats, AI,
in our
destruction, terrorism.
Country.
One nation cannot face
over
these
10
issues
million
alone.
in
We need
4
friends
years.
in all corners, and our safety depends on it. President Trump loves to say peace through strength. That's actually a line he stole from Ronald Reagan. But let me tell you, after the spectacle that just took place in the Oval Office last week, Reagan must be rolling in his grave. We all want an end to the war in Ukraine. But Reagan understood that true strength required America to combine our military.
You want us to be whores of the world.
And that scene in
you
the
and the rest
office
of you fake
wasn't just a bad episode of reality
Ukrainian
TV.
first ass people.
It summed up Trump's whole approach to the world.
Go there and
He
have the war with
cozying up to dictators like Vladimir Putin and kicking our friends like the Canadians in the teeth. He sees American leadership as merely a series of real estate transactions. As a Cold War kid, I'm thankful it was Reagan and not Trump in office in the 1980s. Trump would have lost us the Cold War. Donald Trump's actions
I told you
suggest
guys
that
she's a
in
neocon.
his
She
heart,
like war.
he
She's a
doesn't
war
believe we're an
monger.
exceptional nation. He clearly doesn't think we should lead the world. Look, America is not perfect, but I stand with the majority of Americans who believe
No,
we are
you
still
don't. You
exceptional,
do not stand with the
unparalleled.
majority. The
And I
majority would
rather have
allow you
American
Democrats
leadership
to,
over
to
Chinese
win.
or Russian leadership any day of the week. Because for generations, America has offered something better. Our security and our prosperity, yes, but our democracy, our very system of government, has been the aspiration of the world. And right now, it's at risk. It's at risk when the president decides you can pick and choose what rules you want to follow, when he ignores court orders and the Constitution itself, or when elected leaders stand by and just let it happen. But it's also at risk when the president pits Americans against each other, when he demonizes those who are different and tells certain people they shouldn't be included. Because America is not just a patch of land between two oceans. We are more than that. Generations have fought and died to secure the fundamental rights that define us. Those rights and the fight for them make us who we are. We're a nation of strivers, risk takers, innovators, and we are never satisfied. That is America's superpower. And look, I've lived and worked in many countries. I've seen democracies flicker out. I've seen what life is like when a government is rigged. You can't open a business without paying off a corrupt official. You can't criticize the guys in charge without getting a knock at the door in the middle of the night. So as much as we need to make our government more responsive to our lives today, don't for one moment fool yourself that democracy isn't precious and worth saving. But how do we actually do that? I know a lot of you have been asking that question. First, don't tune out. It's easy to be exhausted, but America needs you now more than ever. If previous generations had not fought for this democracy, where would we be today? Second, hold your elected officials, including me, accountable. Watch how they're voting. Go to town halls and demand they take action. That's as American as apple pie. Third, organize. Pick just one issue you're passionate about and engage. And doom scrolling doesn't count. Join a group that cares about your issue and act. And if you can't find one, start one. Some of the most important movements in our history have come from the bottle up. In closing, we all know that our country is going through something right now. We're not sure what the next day is going to hold, let alone the next decade. But this isn't the first time we've experienced significant and tumultuous change as a country. I'm a student of history, and we've gone through periods of political instability before.
Wanting more, war and war and war.
We've chosen to keep changing this country for the better. But every single time, we've only gotten through those moments because of two things: engaged citizens and principled leaders. Engaged citizens who do a little bit more than they're used to doing to fight for the things that they care about, and principled leaders who are ready to receive the ball and do something about it. So thank you tonight for caring about your country. Just by watching, you qualify as engaged citizens. And I promise that I and my fellow Democrats will do everything in our power to be the principled leaders that you deserve. Good night, everyone.
Yo, these
demons, okay, you were just listening there to Michigan Democrat.
Something
Senator,
those guys.
There, the
yeah, I know it too. Lady didn't say nothing that didn't have to do with logic. Didn't say nothing at all that didn't have nothing to do with logic. Like I said before, man, you're gonna have these people. They're gonna keep on opposing everything this man say, or do for the American people. They want war. They want more war and more war. They want to take more and more from the American people. Didn't they show you this for the last 4 years? Didn't you see this? They're trying to say now they want to, now the mainstream neoliberal demonic media want to tell us now let's worry about the prices of the eggs and the gas and stuff like that. Remember, we're still in the Joe Biden economy. The man been in the office for about 38 days, 37 days. Are you kidding? These people are demonic. These people are demonic. And again, for all you men that's watching, that vote blue no matter who, and especially if you're voting blue no matter who for specific policy, I really want to know those policies, but that's another story. But if you're voting blue no matter who because you believe a person is more racist than another person, something is really wrong with you. These women, some of these chaotic women, they're going to do what they do. But something is completely wrong with you. You are a man. You need to learn how to understand logic. And your logic on voting for somebody because you believe they're more racist than the other, but still will vote for to unalive children, to vote for men to be in bathrooms and in sports with other your daughters and stuff like that, and vote for all this chaos and disorder where the taxpayers got to pay all this money to wars that we don't know nothing about. We don't even if you give us a globe right now, we couldn't even point out places like Ukraine, and you vote for that because of your hate, your Trump derangement. As a man, it's either you just want female leadership, chaotic female leadership that really don't care about you, or you just soft. You're unmanly. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. Peace. Gotta go, guys. Gotta go. It's getting late. Sorry, before I go, because I'm an idiot right now, I want to thank everybody that actually literally spent their whole day, whole night with me watching this presentation, this Trump addressing the Congress. Thank you so much. You could have been any other YouTuber or what have you. I want to thank you for that. Please like and share this video. It's been a while since I've been on a live stream. Hopefully I'll be back on there sooner than later. And again, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you, Auntie. One day when I get big as a YouTuber, hopefully you could really what you call it? I forgot what it's called. You can help me out with that. And if you like to share this video, thank you for that as well. Hope you have a good night. Peace. America is back, baby.